evening, everybody, and welcome to Upper Dublin High School, Cardinal Stadium, the site of tonight's non-league matchup between the Explorers of LaSalle out of the Philadelphia Catholic League and the Fords of the Haverford School out of the Interac. Your broadcast team this evening, Bob Long, along with Will Ryan, Danny Rovey, Tyler Kern, and Christian Iannarone is on camera. Thrilled to have everybody alongside. LaSalle looking for an opportunity to get back into the win column. They are 1-2 on the season. Losses to two teams that are going to have a really good chance to win their last games of the season. Malvern, the favorite in the Interac, and Bishop McDevitt, certainly the favorite in 4A. But now they come back and they play another bit of a familiar face. The Haverford School, a team that they've been able to win against in years past. But one thing we've seen from this Haverford program in the past is an ability to sling the pill around the yard, put points on the board, and we've seen some really entertaining games in this rivalry in the past, Tyler.
Yeah, of course. After last week, that was a bit of a blowout, to say the least, and, that can be kind of tough to bounce back from. But, you want to challenge yourself in this offseason and these out-of-conference games. So, good opportunity for LaSalle to bounce back against an opponent that they match up pretty well against.
Will Ryan here, and Will, from a standpoint of health, it's so tough. There are ebbs and flows in the course of a football season. LaSalle on a little bit of that ebb right now. Some guys injured, some guys playing banged up. They'll be a little bit depleted, but I think now you rest on kind of that senior leadership that carries you and guys that are going to rise to the occasion here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talk about that senior leadership. You won't see Sean McFadden or Daryl Dengoe or TJ Ballet on the field tonight. But certainly you look out at the captain's circle right now, and Sean McFadden's out there. He's a leader on or off the field. And you'll see that leadership even from the guys that are injured today. And you hope the guys that are playing will step up.
Danny Rovey, your thoughts on this game here? You were in the booth with us last time as LaSalle played Bishop McDevitt. You're walking the halls with these guys as well, a junior at LaSalle High School. Your keys to this one?
Yeah, well, I would say really to start off is that LaSalle has the number on this Haverford team, historically. But LaSalle coming off of last week's loss, obviously definitely a lot of areas in the field to clean up. I think in this game will be very interesting to see what they can do on the field. And, as Will said, see what that senior leadership does. Obviously, I'm sure this week was a big week in practice for these guys, so we can see how that'll pay off in this game against Haverford.
LaSalle won the toss, elected to defer, so it'll be Haverford receiving the football to begin the football game. That starts in just 5 minutes, and we'll be back here on Bob Long Sports.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called a model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
Here we go, folks. Ready for football here on a beautiful Friday night from Upper Dublin High School. It is Interac against Philadelphia Catholic League. Familiar foes going at one another. LaSalle in the gold helmets with the navy blue tops and the gold pants. The Haverford School, all white top and bottoms, and they have gold helmets here as well. Your broadcast team, Bob Long, Will Ryan, Danny Rovey, both of those two LaSalle students. Great to have them in the booth. Tyler Curran, a LaSalle alum from the class of 2012, and Christian Iannarone on camera from the class of 2006. It's a family fair here tonight, and let's get it going. Andrew Park sends this one away, a line drive kick, and is caught there by Derek Knox. Filippo had a shot, as did Carson Wakefield, but a good job by that LaSalle special teams. Bunch of guys got past their initial block, and out comes Gavin Wright, the quarterback for the Haverford School. They'll start around their own 27.
Bob, excited to see Gavin Wright, a big man, 6'5", 200 pounds. You'll see him standing above his offensive line, head and shoulders above his offensive line at times. And as you said in the opening, he'll really sling the ball around. This Haverford team has an identity, and it's throwing the football.
They come out of the pistol look to start. Knox in motion instead to give his right up the middle, and a nice gain from Matthew Brosco, the junior running back at 5'9", 180 pounds.
Yeah, impressive run for about a 5-yard gain there. LaSalle had about 6 men between hands in the dirt and that blitz there, so nice gain by Haverford to start.
Head coach Brian Martin, in his third year with the Haverford football program, spoke very highly of Brosco, said he's the guy that's always going to get you that extra yard. Did so there, 2nd down and 5. And they'll give it again. And Brosco has the first down. Needed 5, and he got 7, maybe even 8, out to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, you know, Brosco really an elusive running back right there. Just finding the hole and attacking it. Nice little gain there for Haverford.
I tell you, Bob, something I'm excited to see today. I was talking to Brendan O'Connor a little bit in school today, and Brendan O'Connor will be the starting right end. Sam Ross, the left end. They've moved Kieran Campbell to defensive tackle in the absence of Daryl Dengoe, and Jamel Williams, the freshman, will get the start.
We saw a lot of Jamel Williams in the preseason. Great to see him get the shot. And speaking of which, a shot deep. Just missed Knox.
Yeah, LaSalle there almost looked like they were anticipating the run. I guess after averaging 6 yards a carry so far, that's to be expected. But, you know, not much help over the top there. That could have been easily taken to the house.
You know, I do really love the look right there from Gavin Wright. I think that was a great idea to air it out right there. You know, just a couple of feet off there from a great gain for Haverford.
2nd down and 10. Ball at the 40, needing the 50 for a first down. Wright, as a sophomore, only played one of the 3 games that they played. Remember, that was the COVID-shortened year. Now the motion man, jet sweep, and they're all over it. Great play defensively for LaSalle, number 96. That is Jamel Williams.
Yeah, I was going to cover that. You know, that interior line for Haverford looks huge, but those outer tackles, it's more of a matchup with Sam Ross. Great job covering the outside there and holding the edge.
Yeah, and what an opportunity this is for Jamel Williams, the true freshman, you know, able to get extended snaps. Obviously, you don't want to see, you know, your starters hurt, but a great opportunity for Williams.
They need midfield for a first down. 2 running backs in the backfield. Scans, fires short, and LaSalle all over it. They just sat down in zone coverage and said, go ahead, throw it in front of the sticks.
You know, Matt Wills right there, fantastic read right there. Great tackle, bringing him down. Fantastic defensive play by LaSalle.
You see that, I mentioned the zone coverage. Those guys, whenever those eyes are in the backfield, specifically the linebackers and corners, you know they're in zone defense. They're playing to a spot, and they're just daring them to throw it into a lot of traffic. Good job by Wright, the quarterback, to take what was given, but good defensive stand by LaSalle. Now this is Ivan Harmalov. A good kick, and that is going to be caught by Jimmy Dolan, taken down quickly at the 34-yard line. Good special teams coverage and a nice punt by Harmalov.
However, not horrible field position for LaSalle to start with on offense here. It looks like they got it around the 32, 33-yard line.
No, absolutely. It was a good punt by Haverford, high but not too far. So Jimmy Dolan, able to field it at around the 32, 33-yard line and give LaSalle a good field position to start this drive.
Now, our colleague Ryan Winslow, of course, of LaSalle fame, University of Pittsburgh, and even an NFL punter for some time. His roommate is an assistant coach at his roommate from the University of Pittsburgh is an assistant coach for the Haverford School. So he stopped by for one day of practice and showed Ivan Harmalov the ropes punting. Now LaSalle goes to work. Stevie Davis, patience, and is going to be nudged back. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Yeah, that was tremendous defense by Yasir Denmark there. Just cutting off that edge, not letting him get to the outside. Even when Stevie Davis tried to bounce to the outside, Denmark was there to meet him. Just a really tremendous play by number 2.
Bit more. Second down and 10, 8:26 and ticking here in a scoreless first quarter. Another pistol look, this time the tight end in motion. Davis runs right into a brick wall, and the ball is loose. It's still loose, and 2 hands on it for the Haverford School. It goes the other way on just the second play from scrimmage.
Yeah, great penetration by that Haverford front there. They're in the backfield right away. Great connection, and once you're wrapped up, it's kind of easy for another teammate to come in and just knock that ball out, which is exactly what happened.
I would agree that the pressure right there from Haverford was phenomenal. Just causing LaSalle, just for that little blunder, get the ball. That'll be a change of possession.
Change of possession and good field position for the forwards.
We were talking a little bit about Gavin Wright as a sophomore, only played 1 of the 3 games during a COVID-shortened season. Last year, he had an injury to his throwing arm, so he really didn't get to play at all as a quarterback. But he went to his coach and said, hey, I can play wide receiver for you. So he was a wide receiver as a junior, now getting his shot, and it's a pretty decent job when you can hand it off and get carries like that, knifing through a big gain and into the red zone.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You can't ask for more from your O-line there. That hole was huge.
Absolutely, and a touchdown-saving tackle there by Del Jackson. A real, technical tackle by Jackson. Pretty impressive. Something that caught my eye right here, we have Brennan O'Connor coming out of the game, and big Mike Carroll, who you see on the offensive line as a starter, is into the game, bringing some size. They did not like how big that hole was, so they're going to try to fill it.
7:25 and ticking in the first quarter. Knox turns on a dime, and now they go up the middle to Brosco. Look at him continue to churn forward. He's better than halfway there, inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, so far, really no answer for this running game. Getting, at minimum 5 yards a carry, it seems.
Yeah, I would agree. Really, I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far from Matthew Brosco. Again, not too big, not too wide of a running back there, but he really knows how to, attack the holes when they're given.
Also running behind Matt Ponte, who's headed to Cornell next year on a football scholarship. They go that way again. Brosco knifing towards the first down marker, towards the goal line. Has the first down, but not the touchdown. inside the 2 to about the 1. First and goal.
Haverford so hard, clearly winning this game of physicality up front.
It's a team with a lot of senior leadership, according to the head coach, Brian Martin. 2-0, although he'll tell you they haven't hit their stride yet. Winners against Bonner Prendergast 14-12 and Academy Park 32-18. They look to score first here halfway through the first quarter. Barasco dives. Touchdown, Haverford. Another look.
Low snap, good on right to handle it, and then a clean handoff to Brasco as he just dives for the goal line and gets it.
Yeah, Haverford not really doing anything special on these drives, just physically beating the Explorers up front and just marching down the field with a nice fumble recovery as well on defense.
Yeah, to your point, Tyler, there's no disguise to what they're doing. We're going to try to shove it down your throat, and right now it's working.
You know, one thing I found really impressive so far is this Haverford offensive line really finding a way to create some holes here for players like Matthew Brasco to come in and fill.
Yeah, if you give a player like Brasco open space like that, he can, cut you for a big play.
It's 7-0, 5:59 to go here in the first quarter. And this portion of today's game is brought to you by the Station Tap House in Doylestown. It is right off the Doylestown-Lansdale line, right at the end of the line, actually, in downtown Doylestown. Great outdoor space, wonderful specials. If you find yourself at a night like tonight, like we'll get over the next month, my goodness, great time to go out and have a time out on a beautiful patio with some great food. The Wade family does an amazing job with the Station Tap House. We hope that you'll give them a look and go out to see Station Tap House next time you're heading out for a meal. Thanks to them for their sponsorship. And a fumbled ball by LaSalle. Koch came up with it. He's got nowhere to go. Dropped at the 11. And that's where Gavin Sidwar and the offense will come back out onto the field. Sidwar didn't get a chance to throw the ball in the last drive, handed it off twice, and then Davis fumbled the second touch.
And that's been par for the course in terms of, trying to establish the run as the Explorers. But you wonder if they'll, let Sidwar air it out a little bit, test these cornerbacks of the Fords.
Yeah, I agree with you. Well, I'd love to see the Explorers take a shot here.
Yeah, and the other thing is last game we did not see senior captain Ryan Swords get involved pretty much at all. So you'd love to see them kind of go towards him early.
Yeah, I would agree. The only touchdown scorer there that game was Noel Henry.
This is an excellent job by the Haverford defense setting the edge. The blocking was up the middle. Stevie Davis's vision bounces him outside. But look at Haverford get to the edge and say, if you want to go anywhere, you're going to have to cut it back inside. That's an excellent job.
Yeah, it's still a respectable gain by the Explorers on first down for a 2nd and 5 about.
5:22 and ticking here in the first quarter. Second drive of the night for LaSalle. Pistol look here as Sidwar barks out the call at the line. Sidwar fakes the give. Sidwar fires on the run. That's a big-time throw. Dropped there by Koch. 3rd down and 5 coming up.
That is a really good sign for the Explorers, though. If Sidwar feels comfortable rolling and throwing across his body, puts it on the money, just dropped by Koch.
Yeah, and to be fair, great coverage by Haverford there, but, obviously the catch was there for Koch.
I'll just say again, that's going against your body there. You got to twist, get yourself square, deliver the ball on a dime. Big time throw. 3rd down and 5. Davis up the gut. And it is close. That official's running in right at the line to gain. My geometry tells me from this angle might be a 1st down, but we don't have that signal quite yet.
Yeah, there's definitely be a close call.
Bob, did you calculate the hypotenuse there?
I sure did.
Looks like Bob's geometry skills on point.
That's the last time you had a geometry class, Bob.
Listen, he still got it.
What was that, sophomore year? I think so.
You must have been one of the smarty pants.
Hey, one-on-one, Ryan Sorge on the near side. I would love for them to look his way.
Stevie Davis. And that's another one there where the blocking's going one way. Stevie Davis saw something the other, made something of it. Gain of 3.
And honestly, it didn't look like much was out there for the design play going out to the left. I didn't see much, so kudos for Stevie to get 3 yards.
Yeah, this Swords defense has just done a really good job because when Steve Davis makes that cut back, they have had the secondary kind of come in and just swallow it up.
Motion man is Noel Henry. Sidwar will fire it that way, and he got lit up. Incomplete. Probably a good thing that he did not catch it. That would have been a huge loss.
One thing I just noticed was James Dolan obviously running up the field right there. He had a long shot there, but he was open and he was willing to catch that ball.
Yeah, Haverford had maybe seen that play on film or something because they had that sniffed out, and you're absolutely right, Danny. Right up the seam was Jimmy Dolan. It almost looked like Sidwar hesitated a little bit, kind of realizing that Haverford knew the play and still decided to go that way.
There was motion, there was then a movement, and it was that offside motion that drew them offside. It's a really big penalty, too, in this game as well. Early on, of course, but sets up a 3rd down and 2 and totally changes the play call, Tyler.
Yeah, obviously, instead of looking for, a 6 or 7 yard pass, you're now likely leaning on Stevie Davis.
Third down, 2 yards to go. Pistol look, and they get it to Stevie Davis going downhill, has the first down. Bouncing off would-be tacklers. Finally brought down on the play by number 10, Louis Atkinson, the outside linebacker.
Stevie Davis there made 2 nasty cuts, putting the 2 Ford's defenders on ice.
Yeah, I would agree, and a fantastic job there from Stevie Davis to really, absorb the contact and use it to gain a little bit of extra yards there on that run.
Mentioned Louis Atkinson wearing number 10, committed to Delaware for lacrosse next year. And Davis, just enough of a block on the outside, but tripped up on the play. Really nice job by Haverford.
We were talking about him earlier, Louis Atkinson making a big play there, just kind of getting Stevie Davis by the shoestrings. Because if he didn't, Stevie Davis had the outside, and we know his speed.
Atkinson, a guy who normally wears the number 40, but he's wearing number 10, and it's in honor of a fallen teammate. Years ago, Kip Tapiano passed away. He wore number 10 for both football and lacrosse. And so each year, a dual sport football and lacrosse athlete is chosen to wear that number, someone that embodies the values that Kip did. And that's a great story, and certainly Louis Atkinson, stand-up guy and a heck of a dual sport athlete. 2:04 left here in this first quarter.
And a bit of a mental error there by the Explorers with a delay of game.
That's a 5-yard penalty, and it remains 2nd down.
That's a really tough penalty there for the Explorers to give up, just looking for any bit of momentum here.
And you look, at Wissahickon, I don't believe there's play clocks on the field. Here at Upper Dublin, there absolutely are play clocks on the field. So absolutely just a mental lapse.
7-0 in favor of Haverford. They scored on their 2nd drive of the game. Now 2:04 left in this first quarter. Caught there by Noel Henry, but they had 3 Haverford Fords there to make the tackle. Ryan Sorge was the only one out there blocking.
Yeah, Bob, I was about to say Ryan Sorge can only do so much out there. You've got 3 Haverford, Fords, 3 Haverford helmets on that play, and Sorge tries to get one block, and number 42 in white, that's Kellen Gardner. He just bounces off of it, and Noel Henry left with no chance.
Sorge did the best he could again, but football's a numbers game, and the Explorers just did not have the numbers on that play. Again, maybe credit to the Fords' film study there, kind of recognizing that play. And honestly, it was pretty telegraphed, slow developing play. So
yeah, absolutely. Nothing has fooled the Fords thus far. A little bit of a tongue twister there. But as you said, credit to their film study.
Sidwar fires off the back foot, caught by Sword, but it was 3rd and a mile. It'll be 4th down, and out comes the punt unit for LaSalle. Nick Remish set to punt this one away. A line drive kick. And LaSalle had pretty good coverage, but Knox put his foot in the ground and went the other way. Out past the 30, a really nice return for Derek Knox.
Yeah, I love what I saw right there from Derek Knox. Really crafty player from what we've seen so far in this game. You know, really just taking advantage of the other side of the field there and switching up where he goes.
Yeah, I don't know what the Gunners were waiting for. Obviously, they wanted to try to contain Knox there, but sometimes you just need to be aggressive and make the tackle.
And that's twice now that Knox, first on the opening kickoff and there on that punt return, looked like he had absolutely nothing. I mean, the LaSalle punt coverage initially looks really good. It's just actually, getting them down because Knox is an explosive player. I mean, I look at Bob's, scouting report on these guys, and explosive is next to Knox's name, and he certainly lived up to that.
Yeah, you can't just be standing there. You got 2 guys. One of them has to try to make the tackle there at least.
Final couple of plays here in the first quarter as Brosco cuts it in half for a second time. Down under 20 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, LaSalle's still really looking for an answer right now as Haverford, keeps drilling up with this inside run game.
Yeah, if I'm the Fords, I just keep pounding the rock down the middle. They have the size, they have the back. They're looking really good at this first quarter.
And the other thing to go with that there, Tyler, is we've played 12 minutes of football. When you run the ball and you take 40 seconds off in between plays, you shorten the game. LaSalle's only touched the ball twice. This is the third time that Haverford has, and it's a 7-0 football game. It is the end of one here at Upper Dublin, and the Haverford Force, 2-0 on the year, have the 7-0 lead. This portion of today's game is brought to you by CJO Design and Construction. They are great landscapers in and around the Philadelphia area. Chad Ormond does a great job. He can do any project, large and small, and he will make sure that that beautiful lawn or that beautiful patio that you want to put into place or that beautiful interior project will be done on schedule, on budget, and to your liking. When you know that Chad Ormond and CJO is involved, you know that you're going to get a spectacular product. We're working with Chad right now, proudly so. He came over, he had ideas for this, that, and the other. He saw things that I did not, and he has a level of professionalism that you won't find anywhere else. So if you're looking for landscaping work, interior design, or outdoor projects, call CJO Design and Construction. Go to that website, cjodesignandconstruction.com. Also want to tell you about E&M Insurance in North Wales. Chris Marr does a wonderful job with E&M Insurance if you're looking for property or casualty insurance. On the business or the personal side, Chris is involved with the school, a great advocate for this institution, and sent 2 of his sons here at LaSalle. We all have insurance, so all you got to do is give your policy to Chris. He'll take a look, he'll improve things for you, and we know that you'll have a great experience. Thanks to him for his sponsorship. Now a misdirection play, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Another 2 yards after Brosco was hit hard. A first down and a gain of 7.
And according to Brennan Olimpo, our resident statistician, that brings him over 50 yards for the game. Really solid start for Brosco.
And in no hurry. Tyler, you mentioned it. Why would you be? Haverford up to the line. 2 in the backfield alongside Gavin Wright. And it's Brosco again. This time LaSalle up to task. But from one bell cow to another, Tyler, tell me about what Brosco is doing well here tonight.
I mean, you know who the ball's going to. Brosco has been the bell cow, and he will continue to be. He's obviously, one of the best.
As will you, by the way.
Thanks, Bob. But, I mean, the Explorers kind of figured out who the ball's going to on that play, and no amount of misdirection really changed that.
Looked like a nice play there, though, by Colin Dunlap, who we see at the fullback position all the time, but we know that he can go both ways, and he's getting some linebacker snaps with Sean McFadden inactive today.
2 linebackers, shade right at the top of the line. Handoff, and LaSalle making adjustments defensively. The handoff went to Ahaya Goins.
Yeah, I mean, great job by LaSalle. I mean, they're beating you in the run game, so why not stack the box there? They had at least 6 guys on the line of scrimmage, and that went nowhere.
Yeah, I agree. Adding on to what you said, Tyler, that inside pressure right there, especially for the run game, is going to be crucial for LaSalle for the remainder of this game. Given that Haverford, has the answer with Matthew Brosco in their run game.
Beg your pardon. Thought I saw a crooked number. Guess I did not. That was number 10, Louis Atkinson. Again, that time on the carry.
Explorers looking to challenge Gavin Wright to throw.
And they'll do that this time. Get him rolling into space. Nice throw and catch. And we had a good look at that. It looks just short of the line to gain. Well spotted at the 46-yard line. They needed the 45 for a first. I think no doubt the offense stays on the field.
I think I would have given them the 46.5 about. That was close, but I think with forward progression and where the ball ended up, I agree with that spot.
Maybe at that point I would have given them the 45.5.
That makes more sense, Bob.
4th down and 1. A tight set here. Extra lineman. And they go for the sneak on the second effort. He's gotten it.
Something interesting, though. A helmet is off, and that's Gavin Wright. So he'll, I believe, have to come out for a snap. There's no penalty. If there was a penalty, I believe he would be allowed to stay on. No penalty, so he'll have to come off for a snap. And into the game's number 21, it looks like. That'll be Zach Ferragali.
Looks like he might be the one to hand off to Brosco this time, but kudos to Brosco for that push, pushing his quarterback over the line there.
Yeah, Ferragali, the next man up, he's a freshman.
Tripped up just a yard or 2 past the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 9, but yet another methodical drive here from Haverford.
Yeah, Haverford crushing it in the time of possession battle right now. Explorers managed to hold them to a 2nd and long, which they haven't really been able to do off 1st down.
It's another pistol set with that running back directly behind the quarterback. They give it to him. Brosco taken down and pushed back. Kieran Campbell in there on the stop, as well as number 44 for LaSalle, who got the best contact on a Mason Lang.
That's just some dudes on the close side doing their job, holding that gap and not letting Brosco get a yard, even a tackle for loss there.
Beg your pardon. Was that actually Chris Filippo there, Will?
It looked like number 87, maybe Brendan O'Connor.
O'Connor was in there as well,
yeah. And I believe it was number 44, Mason Lenge. But,
okay.
Brendan O'Connor, he's a guy, we talk about him a lot. He's a guy that gets a lot more opportunities with Daryl Dengoe out, and that's because Kieran Campbell shifts in, and O'Connor becomes the starting right defensive end.
Timeout on the field called by the Haverford School. It's 3rd down and 10 coming up. And we'll take this opportunity to tell you about Jim McLaughlin and Carrie Guerin Boyle of the Carrie Guerin Boyle team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox, and Roach Realtors. They are the realtors of choice in the LaSalle network. We appreciate them and everything that they have done for us here at Bob Long Sports, supporting us through the years and also helping my wife and me buy our dream home. We really appreciate that everything Jim and Carrie have been able to do for us. They are seasoned and true professionals. They get you to the closing table. If you're looking to sell your house, they'll help you extract your value. Maybe you're looking for a shore home or a mountain home. They can help you through that process as well. Again, Jim McLaughlin, Carrie Guerin Boyle. You can find their contact information below, and we appreciate their support.
Bob, Brendan Olimpo just came in here, and he let us know that Matthew Brosco, 77% of the plays have gone to Matthew Brosco. This one will not.
That one thrown into the turf. I don't know that there's anybody there.
Yeah, fantastic pressure right there by Jamel Williams. He's only a freshman right there, coming in, going face-to-face there with quarterback number 12, Gavin Wright. I love that play.
It's a good pressure there by the Explorers. 4th down.
Yeah, the Fords there almost in 4-down territory. If they were able to cut that in half, I would expect them to go for it. But, you know, trying to pin the Explorers back in there. Well, they're on 10-yard line, hopefully.
This is Ivan Harmalov. And Jimmy Dolan back there to receive. Harmalov. And that, he did not get much on that one. This is going to land just beyond the original line of scrimmage. It'll take a little hop Haverford's way. And LaSalle will get it at the 32-yard line. So, yeah, maybe it was 4-down territory there, Tyler.
1st down. Oh, no, that one's going to go down as about a 11-yard punt, I think we'll give it. And that was with a Haverford hop.
Yeah, the carry distance on that was probably like 5 yards, Bob, and it got a nice hop.
It's like my golf shots.
Yeah, exactly.
Count on that roll.
Some nice front spin on the ball.
Top spin.
Top spin.
Roger Federer hanging it up, by the way. See that?
Laver Cup this weekend and then calling it quits.
At least from a Grand Slam perspective, yes. ATP. 1st down and 10. Stevie Davis runs into a brick wall again. Atkinson in there on the tackle, as well as number 42, Kellen Gardner, the sophomore.
Yeah, good effort by Gardner there. He made that tackle from his knees. He was able to, you know, wrap Stevie Davis up from his knees and kind of push through, which is pretty impressive.
Tell you what, you can hear it from here. This Haverford student section is making a little bit of noise. I'm not going to say it's uncomfortable for the Explorers out there, but certainly an influence.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. You know, not necessarily strength in numbers, but the strength in their voices. You can be heard from all the way over here.
2nd down and 8. Caught by Noel Henry. Makes one miss. Got to the edge. It's short of the line to gain, but a really nice job by Noel Henry.
Man, I love that play from Noel Henry right there. He says, "Get off me." Stiff arm with a great gain.
Yeah, I was about to say that play was a little too slow developing, but Noel Henry making me shut up there and getting a nice gain.
Yeah, I mean, guys, you just want to get the ball in the hands of like a Noel Henry and a Ryan Sorge on the outside. These are two guys that have gotten Ryan Sorge first team All-Catholic last year. Noel Henry started the year with 9 receptions. Like, these are your playmakers. If you can get the ball in their hands, you've got a shot.
3rd down and about 3 yards to go. They need the 42 for a first. And Stevie Davis, he'll be knocked down. That ball's loose. And I thought I heard a whistle to blow it dead. I don't think that's the right call, but LaSalle may just benefit from it. See if we got the end here. I mean, that ball's out there. It is 4th down.
Oh, man.
That's a break for LaSalle.
Yeah, if I'm the Haverford coach, I might be on that far side official because he did not blow that dead until after the ball was out.
It's a punt, 4th down.
Tell you what, Remish isn't very far back for this punt. I mean, maybe 10 yards. If Haverford wanted to rush here, they could get some pressure, but they decide against it.
And Knox isn't going to get there. Picked it up at the 19. Big time stop by LaSalle. Good job on special teams. How about that, John McSorley?
2 flags in the middle of the field. I think they're going to get the Explorers on retaliation here. There were 2 separate little skirmishes going on back where the punt took place.
We'll await the call. The official's in the center of the field there at about the LaSalle 47.
You know, guys, given everything that LaSalle went through on that drive, you know, safe to say they lucked out just a little bit there with that call. It would get Haverford in a little bit of better field position on the defensive side of things.
It's a long conversation over there.
The same ref threw 2 flags.
So you see a unsportsmanlike going to be called against both teams. There was a holding against Haverford. Those fouls all offset. Now, usually in an offset situation, now let's see here. Are they going to back it up from this 25? So perhaps the holding happened during the course of play, so back them up for that penalty, and then the unsportsmanlike was after the play was over. We would only hear that if we were mic'd up with the official there. But I believe that's what it was. Holding occurred during the return. The unsportsmanlikes offsetting, they happened after the play. So they walk off the distance from the holding and we play on.
Just kind of a fortunate sequence of events there for the Explorers, and which is a shame. You don't want to be saying how fortunate they are after they punted the ball, but.
So 5:30 left in this first half, and the way that Haverford's been controlling the tempo, you wonder how much time LaSalle will have if they get the ball back.
Brosco dives off tackle for a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8, 5:21 to go and ticking here in the second quarter.
I tell you what, Bob, Mike Filippo came out of that play fired up. You wonder if it's a little spark in this defense. They get a stop last time. Let's get a stop this time as well. You know, a little energy in this defense, that's not a bad thing at all, guys.
Yeah, and on the other side, Tyler, right, Haverford just deliberate, send that quarterback all the way over, full huddle, take your time.
Yeah, there's no rush for Haverford. Controlling that time of possession is critical.
Quick out, Knox to the edge. And slung down on the outside. 3rd down and medium coming up. And Danny, big play here in this one. LaSalle has a chance to get off the field quickly, or Haverford can continue to reassert themselves.
Yeah, you know, definitely adding on to what Will said, you know, a couple plays ago. LaSalle just really looking for that spark on the defensive side of the ball. Haverford looking for more of a methodical drive. LaSalle obviously looking to stop that here. Maybe get a score on the board going into the second half, getting out of this first half. That would be crucial for the Explorers.
And they get the ball to start the second half as well.
That's correct.
4:03 to go, second quarter. Brosco up the middle, not gonna get there.
That's a phenomenal stop right there. Met with about every LaSalle player in existence on that one.
Interesting play call, too, going in between the tackles on 3rd down. We've seen Brosco get that yardage when he needs it. But again, maybe not as much trust on the boundaries from this Haverford school team. Makes LaSalle, I think, a little bit of confidence defensively there. Tyler, you're a former defensive end. Right on a play like that, 3rd and 5, they're running it up the gut. You know, hey, we can stack the box.
Yeah, Brosco's getting 5 to 7 yards a carry. So, I mean, I don't blame them for going for that play, but I wouldn't.
That one punted away by Ivan Harmelov. And again fumbled, this time by Jimmy Dolan, and he's taken down at the 33.
I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, the Explorers make some adjustments and maybe have a spy of some sort on Brosco in the second half. Just, you know, take him out of the game and force, you know, we've seen that Wright's able to throw the ball, make, you know, put the ball where it needs to be. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Explorers defense looks a little different in the second half.
Sidwar back out to lead the offense. What's the news?
Yeah, on the last 7 carries, Matthew Brosco has been held to 6 yards.
Hey,
so
there you go.
Good on the LaSalle defense.
And Stevie Davis gets about 6 himself.
Well, maybe the Explorers don't need to make any halftime adjustments if that's how they're holding Brosco at this point.
I mean, really, think about the defense. I mean, it's tough to pitch a perfect game, and remember, it was the offensive turnover that set them up inside the LaSalle 30. Defense has been fine, but you give Haverford credit. You get a lead, you get a break early, and you control tempo and pace. This now, one of the few drives, just the 4th of the game for LaSalle. 2.5 minutes to go until halftime. Stevie Davis hits a wall and is driving himself forward, taken down after a gain of 2. In there on the stop, number 44, Bill Brosco.
And Will, kind of what you were alluding to, I'd like to see, them get the ball, outside, quick pass, 2 seconds to their receivers that, have been in all Catholic and can make plays. Get Sorge involved.
Yeah, I agree. Both receivers, Noel Henry and Ryan Sorge, they both have a bit of explosiveness to them that I think could be really useful for the Explorers if they were to, again, run a quick pass or, out route, nice play action pass that could get things moving for the Explorers.
2 on the play clock, and they do just get it off in time. 3rd and 2, a missed handoff, and that's going to cost them. Sidwar and Davis not on the same page. He got back to the line of scrimmage, but it's 4th and a full 2. Clock ticking at 1:26. An interesting game of chess here as the Haverford School could think about calling timeout, but they elect not to. And it's a stalemate now with a 50-second difference between game and play clock.
So you really hope there's 20 seconds on the play clock. There's no need to snap this anytime soon. Let 10 seconds run off, which it seems like they're doing. I don't get snapping that with 11 seconds.
And Knox has a shot at this one. Good couple of moves. Kieran Campbell cleans up, says no further. But decent field position, 49 seconds left in this half. And the Haverford School, what do? They've been loath to really open up the playbook at all to this point, Danny. Are they comfortable up 7, or do they give Gavin Wright the opportunity to chuck one deep here and try to find some space in the secondary?
And they've got all 3 timeouts. Or, excuse me, they've got 2 timeouts remaining. Maybe that's why they didn't call one on that punt, because if you remember earlier, they did have to take one.
Yeah, well, if I'm Haverford on this drive especially, you have less than a minute on the clock left, and you are not going to get the ball back at the start of the new half. If I'm Haverford, if I'm Gavin Wright, I put trust in my quarterback, and I'm going to go for a couple shots in this drive. It'll be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, Brosco, nothing doing there. LaSalle has 3 timeouts. They could think about clocking it. They do not. 36 seconds left. There is a 2-second differential between the game clock and the play clock. And I don't think anybody's in any rush to do much of anything. So
I got to admit, both run defenses have looked pretty stout after, Brosco broke off for some large gains early on. It seems like there's an answer for both Brosco and Davis.
Gain of 6, and that will be the last play of the half. The Haverford School limits LaSalle to just 4 offensive possessions in the half. None of them came up with points. Haverford wins the turnover battle with the 1 fumble from Stevie Davis on the second offensive play of the game for LaSalle. This portion of today's game brought to you by Next Play Basketball. Next Play Basketball is a great AAU basketball program run by Ryan Ansel and Matt Paul. If you are looking to get better at basketball, if you are looking for opportunities to compete at a high level, if you're a boy or girl, 4th grade through about 12th grade, Ryan Ansel and Matt Paul can make you better and put you in a team environment to succeed. Visit their website. You can visit them on Facebook as well, their Instagram. They have a lot of great content out there, and they have lots of teams forming here for the fall and into the winter. So visit nextplaybasketball.com. We appreciate their sponsorship. Stay with us, folks. It is halftime here at Upper Dublin High School, 7-0 Haverford. We'll be right back.
It's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest? Someone who knows the questions to ask, the levers to pull, the pitfalls to avoid. Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process. Space planning and design, relocation planning and budgeting, helping you manage your vendors, construction oversight, all with zero out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value, value that flows right to your bottom line. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years, and we know what's important: solving problems, creating flexibility, protecting and stretching your dollars. Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
At Meineke, we care about your family. So this winter, let Meineke keep your car on the road, saving time and money. Take advantage of Meineke's complete auto repair services, whether it's tires, brakes, exhaust, or tune-ups. At Meineke, we do it all. And all services are backed by Meineke's nationwide guarantee. Whatever car repairs you need, come to Meineke, because at your locally owned and operated Meineke, we do car care right.
What does this win mean?
Been with the family for a long time. With our team chemistry, it was bound to happen.
Just close, baby!
Such a big win from Cross Country Mortgage. Dedicated to getting it done.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report live on Bob Long Sports. Today we're going to talk about the offensive line and our man of the hour, the chef, the man himself.
This year, you're going to see all four guys run. They all bring a different style.
The quarterback is going to read the defensive end's eyes and make a determination. Am I going to keep this football, or am I going to hand it off to the running back? And that is generally the point of the RPO. Look who we have. We have Chris Perangeli, our guest picker for the evening.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation, our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest? Someone who knows the questions to ask, the levers to pull, the pitfalls to avoid. Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process. Space planning and design, relocation planning and budgeting, helping you manage your vendors, construction oversight, all with zero out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value, value that flows right to your bottom line. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years, and we know what's important: solving problems, creating flexibility, protecting and stretching your dollars. Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
At Meineke, we care about your family. So this winter, let Meineke keep your car on the road, saving time and money. Take advantage of Meineke's complete auto repair services, whether it's tires, brakes, exhaust, or tune-ups. At Meineke, we do it all. And all services are backed by Meineke's nationwide guarantee. Whatever car repairs you need, come to Meineke, because at your locally owned and operated Meineke, we do car care right.
What does this win mean? Been with the family for a long time. With our team chemistry, it was bound to happen.
Just close, baby!
Such a big win from Cross Country Mortgage, dedicated to getting it done.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report live on Bob Long Sports. Today we're going to talk about the offensive line and our man of the hour, the chef, the man himself.
This year, you're going to see all four guys run. They all bring a different style.
The quarterback is going to read the defensive end's eyes and make a determination. Am I going to keep this football or am I going to hand it off to the running back? And that is generally the point of the RPO. Look who we have. We have Chris Perangeli, our guest picker for the evening.
The coaches at LaSalle are great because they strive for you to be your best.
I was able to maximize my full potential in terms of opportunity in football, wrestling, and lacrosse.
They're going to be pushed to be the best they can be in the classroom, on the field, in the pool, and just overall as a person.
Student first, athlete second. Before you have success on the field, you have to have success in the classroom so you can be on the field.
One thing I think makes LaSalle Athletics stand out are the facilities that we have. One thing I think makes the athletic programs here so strong is definitely the coaching and the staff.
I think I've improved as a competitor here at LaSalle because I'm always being pushed by coaches and by my peers. Seeing my peers work hard makes me want to work harder as well.
No matter what your interests are, every single person here is going to make sure that you're able to fulfill your dreams and what you want to do.
What allows us to keep winning is just our really strong sense of tradition and pride. We know that 30 years before us they won the PCL, so we're going to go out there and we're going to do our best to succeed like the guys before us did.
What does your character look like? Does it bounce back after each setback? Does it stand out by standing up? Does it make good on good intentions? Character is invisible, until it's not. Only through action will the world know what it's made of, what you're made of. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans and families of the fallen at travismanion.org.
I say that LaSalle fuels my passion because it has such great programs with what I'm interested in.
LaSalle affords you the opportunity to get involved in as much as you possibly want to. There's tons of different clubs and activities with any different interest you could have.
No matter what you're doing, you'll be supported by your peers, and LaSalle will become a place that you love to go to and you will want to go to every day.
I think it was pretty easy to make friends. I feel like the most friends I made came through my extracurriculars.
What I love about LaSalle is you could make relationships with other people by getting out of your comfort zone. That's what LaSalle really teaches us, to be open and be open to meeting new people.
You're always going to gain something from clubs. Even if you find out that that club isn't for you, you're still going to pull something away from it, come out with new friends, have new connections.
Getting involved definitely helps you meet new people.
You want to come to LaSalle because you want to be able to explore. You want to be able to try a number of different opportunities we have to offer here.
You're going to really discover what it means to be not only a LaSalle gentleman, but also develop your own passions and have all these different opportunities to try things that you might not have had otherwise.
Welcome back, folks. It is halftime here at Upper Dublin High School. Big shout out to our guy Tyler Kern for helping us out here this evening, as well as Danny Rovey, Will Ryan, Brendan Olimpo doing a great job with stats as always, my man, and Christian Iannarone on the camera. So yes, you counted that right. That is 6 LaSalle alums. And if you saw the booth we were all standing in right now, you would be even more impressed. It's a good spot here at Upper Dublin. They starting to play more home games here at Upper Dublin High School, and it's a great spot to watch a football game. If you haven't been here before, I encourage you to make your way out. Next up for LaSalle, by the way, is a bye on the week of the 24th of September, and then into October. First day of October, they will be down at Calvert Hall in Baltimore, taking on a fellow Christian Brothers school. The week following that, 2 o'clock kick at Franklin Field. They'll take on St. Joseph's Prep, the arch rival, team that looks really good this year. They just continue to churn out phenomenal football teams. Samaj Jones, he looks excellent in his junior year and went down and really did a great job in Florida, crushed St. Peter's Prep the weekend after that. St. Thomas Aquinas was a team they played down in Florida, a nationally ranked team. Lost that game after they were leading in the second half. That's going to be a tough game for LaSalle, a really good football team. But, Will, it's always a fun game when two arch rivals get together. We'll do that in a couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. And the competitive nature, I guess the sheer competitive nature that surrounds that game, even though you would probably consider LaSalle maybe having a down season and Prep having an up season, you just feel like the rivalry brings that game a little bit closer. What might be a 30-point spread might be a little bit closer just because of that rivalry. You never know, but certainly it's one that we mark on our calendars every year and an exciting one to do.
Danny, as a student yourself, I'm sure you look forward to that game, but tell us about the break from non-league to Catholic League play. Do things kind of ramp up for these guys at that point when you get into Catholic League play?
Definitely, I think that a level of intensity is brought forth for the Explorers. Especially, it just means something more when it's PCL play. Obviously, LaSalle starting out the season, you play schools like North Penn, you play schools like Malvern and McDevitt. But once you get into that PCL play, which will start after this Calvert Hall game, it really starts to mean a lot more for this team, and you start to see just another level of heart out in the field.
And then Tyler coming from the defensive side of the ball. Tyler, the bell cow, Kern, who also was first-team All-Catholic defensive end, so he wears many hats. But not to look ahead to the bye, but after this game, the guys will have a week off from playing football. Of course, practice doesn't stop. How, if at all, does the itinerary change for you as the team? What does bye week look like for these LaSalle players compared to a normal week?
I mean, bye week is a time for reflection and recovery. If you're banged up, you're nursing the wounds. Obviously, this Explorers team is banged up at this point, so this bye is welcome. But also, you're reviewing the film, kind of seeing who you are as your team. You're starting to gain your identity, especially at this point, moving into the conference. It can be a time that can make or break your team, in my opinion. It's where teammates come together and you kind of figure out who you are and how far you can go.
Just about ready to begin the second half. Remember, at the opening kickoff and at the coin toss at midfield, LaSalle elected to defer. They won that toss, elected to defer. They'll receive the football to start the second half. Just 4 times they had the chance to have the football in the first half. They're looking to get the football, make a statement, and maybe unleash things for whether it's Sidwar or Damon at quarterback tonight, and particularly here in the second half. Looking to, I think, free that quarterback up at this time to start the second half.
Bob, I can't help but agree with you. And the other thing is, this is an identifying half for this LaSalle Explorers team. You're 1-2. You've gotten blown out the last 2 games. I mean, 91-7 outscored. Are you going to go into the bye 500, not playing your best football, but say, hey, we're not playing our best football, but we're still 500? Or are we going to be a 25% win percentage team going into the bye? This is a decision that this Explorer team has to make, how they're going to come out in this second half.
And again, Philadelphia Catholic League play has not started. It awaits. Like, to your point, well, I mean, they can be anything they want this year. This has a ton of talent on this team. A little bit of a rut the last couple of weeks. Phenomenal opponents the last couple of weeks. I agree. Chance to show some character, some high character individuals on this team. Big half coming up your way here on
and
Bob,
Bob real
Sports.
quick, something I'm excited about. Stevie Davis back to return. He's not returned much at all this year. As the running back number 1, you don't want him to get hurt. He's one of the best returners in the game. Hope he gets a chance here.
And they keep it away from him towards Jimmy Dolan. Catches at the 8. Dolan taken down at the 25. Big time play by Louis Atkinson. And it remains Sidwar at quarterback. He talks to Bernard Abrams at the bottom of your screen.
So there's one thing I want to see here. I want to see Abrams open up that offensive playbook. It's been a pretty vanilla offense, honestly, for most of this year, I believe. They've been able to draw up some good plays against North Penn, but they got to get in the in the end zone here. So let's open up this playbook. Let's see what Sidwar's got.
Yeah, and trust your offensive line. Say, hopefully they can give Sidwar a clean pocket. It's been Sidwar, if he throws, it's out in 2 seconds. You wonder if he can let a play develop.
Sidwar slings it towards the sideline, and that one hops to Noel Henry.
Yeah, tough play, but one thing that we've seen a lot from Sidwar this game especially is a lot more movement in the pocket. I do like this. He's showing a little bit, the ability to get out there, kind of assess the options. Obviously, tough throw right there, but definitely a positive takeaway is the movement out of the pocket.
That's twice though he's been asked to throw kind of across his body, and that's just not a high percentage throw.
Pretty clean pocket as well.
Yeah, that seemed designed though.
Yeah.
Davis makes one miss, and now looking for one block on the edge. Knocked out of bounds at the 32. A late flag comes in. Boy, I think this is a tough call if it goes against Haverford, and I don't know who else it would go against.
Well, if this goes against Ryan Sorge or number 17 on Haverford, or anyone on Haverford, honestly, there was just a whole lot of nothing there.
I mean, was there helmet-to-helmet contact?
Yes.
And that's the call. Here it is, right? I mean,
Stevie lowered his helmet as well,
I guess.
Though. Yeah.
Tough call.
Yeah, it is a tough call.
Talking to a defensive end, I'm sure that's one that just...
Yeah, I mean, you see it every day on Sunday. It's hard to be a defender, especially, you want to make the tackle, but you don't want to, lead with the helmet. It's tough.
And Stevie does the right thing too, right? But he absolutely changes the plane by lowering his helmet, like you said. And the idea at the end of the day is safety. So that's what they are leaning back on.
It's tough, though. He's already got a low center of gravity, and,
the Explorers will take it.
Yeah, the Explorers will definitely take it. Let's see if it gives them some life.
Faking the give. Now Sidwar could have taken off with it. Makes a better throw. Jimmy Dolan there on the catch. Keep an eye on this play here as well. I don't know if this is by design, but Koch and Dolan are almost going to run into each other out there. He finds Dolan, the near side receiver.
And that's not the first time that there's kind of been a strange route tree, in that the one completion to Ryan Sorge across the middle, Ryan Sorge jumped and caught it. This was back in the first half. Ryan Sorge jumped and caught it, and Jimmy Dolan was right behind him. It's just kind of weird how these receivers have been in the same exact spot.
But a good drive here to start for LaSalle coming out of half. It's exactly what you're looking for. And John Steinmetz, Bernard Abrams, love to see it. Can they keep it going? Good move by Stevie Davis, but can't quite get back to the line of scrimmage. Really good job pursuing the football by the Fords defensively.
I believe the last couple third downs, at least in the first half, the Explorers actually took a tackle for loss here. They can't afford to do that. You're down 7-0. Honestly, you get a couple yards. This is 4-down territory.
Tyler, I feel like we've talked about this a lot, but the film work and the scouting report by Haverford, there's always 3 or 4 helmets on Stevie Davis. They know that he's a tough guy to bring down, so they're bringing multiple guys.
Here comes the extra attacker. Sidwar makes one miss, has a man, Sorge. Incomplete. He had a chance at it. It was maybe a touch underthrown. A great job by Sorge to recognize and abort the route. Boy, oh so close. A great look at it there by Christian Anarone on camera.
Yeah, a lot of credit to number 17, Willis Burt. Tyler, I don't know about this punt here. You felt like there was some momentum.
It's been a chess game.
I like the call here.
Yeah, it's tough. It's early in the second half still. So
you've seen Harmelov boot one 12 yards here. Remish, that's a great looking kick, and it's just gonna go a hop into the end zone. But I think that's the idea there is, hey, go win the field position battle. That's still a net 30-plus yard punt there, or maybe 28, something like that. And I think you're counting on your defense getting a stop. I think LaSalle thinks they've taken the punch. Again, the only score from Haverford is when they got the ball inside the LaSalle 30 on a turnover. And make Harmelov deliver a good one. Try to win the field position battle. 10 minutes left here in the third.
Yeah, one thing, too, to keep in mind is that, after that touchdown play from Haverford, LaSalle's defense really top to bottom has held their own against this both rushing and passing offense. So, I think that punt also, requires a lot of trust
Nearly
on your defense.
Intercepted there by number 5. What a great play by Matt Wills.
Bob, I was about to remark there. They had 9 gold, well, there's gold helmets on both sides, but 9 LaSalle helmets in the box there. And that's what you got to do. I mean, we talked earlier that Haverford, generally known as a team that's not afraid to sling the ball, their identity today has been running the football. So let's get some helmets in the box there and make it uncomfortable for them to, change their game plan, if you will. And Matt Wills did a good job there.
5 seconds on the play clock. Brasco, good move. Has the first down and more. LaSalle had it pretty well defended. One big move, and he's to the second level.
Yeah, with a running back like Brasco there, you're expecting him to make a few of those big runs there, as he did early on in the first half. And, good job planting his foot, making a cut, and getting a huge gain there.
Makai Johnson maybe just a touch flat-footed there.
Yeah, I was going to say the missed tackle will go to Kieran Campbell, but Makai Johnson had an opportunity to bring him down while Campbell had his arms around him. That's Makai Johnson's job to make sure he goes down there.
9:17 to go, third quarter. Brasco again, and a good move by Brasco is going to go down. The turf monster got him on that one. But look at this inside blocking here. That's the outside tight end from the other side coming up to clean up Lange. And that's the second time they've done that inside zone. Very impressive blocking scheme from Haverford.
Yeah, that was a quick run. It wasn't like a delayed draw there. It was quick, and I was surprised by number 52 getting across there and making that block, like you said, Bob.
One thing about this Haverford team, too, I mentioned it in the first half, and I'll say it again, is that these guys know how to block, and they know how to block very, very well. And I think that they're using that to LaSalle's disadvantage, of course. Obviously, if you have a runner on your team, you know, like
the ball came loose.
Wow.
The ball came loose.
I think he was whistled down, though. Like,
still no signal from the officials here, Tyler, as far as I can see.
I was just going based off the whistle there. It was really close, though.
Yeah, this is very close.
Yeah, and on the right-hand side of your screen there, Ross ran all the way into the end zone. He pulled that one away.
I love that by Sam Ross. Play through the whistle. You never know what's going to happen there, right? It's like when you see the ball on the ground and it might be a lateral or something, you're like, get on it, get on it. Same thing with Sam Ross there. You get the ball, you run to the end zone, hopefully something good happens.
So they did whistle it dead. Tyler, you were right on the money. 3rd down and 5 yards to go. Need just shy of the 45 for a first down. And again, it's up the gut, no shot. Not even close. And so Ivan Harmalov will be called on to punt this one away here on 4th down.
That's a phenomenal stop right there. Did what you had to do. Again, LaSalle putting faith in their defense, and they're up to the task there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm of the opinion that you keep stacking that box, you know, shut down that run game, and force Haverford to adjust their offensive game plan and throw the ball a little more.
The other thing, Tyler, Del Jackson and Chris Filippo are 2 respectable, you know, defensive backs. So you can trust them and get Mekhi Johnson, get Carson Wakefield in that box.
Now 5 seconds left on the play clock. A low snap. Harmalov, much better punt. And that will take a really good Haverford hop inside the 20-yard line. So what LaSalle wanted to do, flipping fields, did not work. A net 30 loss from where they punted the football from. Sidwar comes back out, and they'll have to go the length of the field. 6:44 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Honestly, I say keep that momentum going, keep that playbook open, let Sidwar air it out. There was a few close, long passes there that, you know, if he hits his man, could be going long or if not for a touchdown.
And even that throw to Swords where it was incomplete, you love that play.
Yeah.
You know, you think about Ryan Swords against Roman Catholic in the playoffs last year and even against North Penn in the opening game. He can go up and beat a guy up top. Give your playmakers a chance.
And one thing you have to give Gavin Sidwar, he will always keep those eyes down the field. Stevie Davis taken down. This is a spectacular play in the backfield. Bill Brosco.
It's not working. It's almost like you need to open up your passing game to open up your running game. They got to figure it out up the middle with Stevie Davis. I mean, he's obviously a phenomenal athlete, but they have the numbers there on Haverford.
You know, and I think that LaSalle has the tools to take downfield shots, and you know, now really, especially in the game, there's really not a better time to take those.
I mean, Tyler, that one also is a missed block.
Yeah, of course.
Play by Brosco, but I hear you. I do. 2nd down now, and Tyler, after that loss of 3, it does open up that playbook. There's only so much you can do. Do you take the shot over the middle? Dropping straight back. Sidwar fires. Incomplete. Intended for Ryan Sorge.
That was just a complete miscommunication there. I mean, Sidwar just decided to kind of throw it into space, but, I mean, those routes were pretty short and simple, and Haverford had it covered up, so Sidwar just kind of threw it into space, which, you know, not a bad play. It wasn't really interception territory, and we said give your playmakers a chance. I guess that's what he was trying to do there, but it just seemed like a play that Haverford had sniffed out.
Yeah, like you said, the routes did seem short there, and it seemed like Sorge was trying to do a little bit of an audible there, and you know, like missed communication, which you're going to get with a freshman quarterback.
I think he lost the ball a little bit too, right?
Yeah.
Kind of did that back pedal rather than turn and look. Turn and go get the football. Now 3rd down and long. Bringing extra pressure across the middle. Dolan couldn't handle it. It was hot and maybe a touch behind him. 4th down.
Wow, but still, you know, despite everything, a phenomenal look right there. That was caught. That would be a first down for the Explorers and a huge momentum change.
Some laundry on the field, though. I was about to give kudos to this pass protection. It's been really good, but that might have been because it was holding.
Yep, and he looked over to that sideline. There's your call, holding against the LaSalle Explorers. And a decline LaSalle will have to punt the football away. 5 minutes and 41 seconds to play in the third quarter. It is still 7-0 Haverford School. That score happened early in the first quarter after a fumble from LaSalle on their second play from scrimmage. Remish, line drive kick. Knox has got to go get that football. He'll take it on a hop. Inside the 50, inside the 45 to the 42.
It's been really impressive to see the return game from Knox. Despite everything, despite the LaSalle pressure, he's always found a way to get some great yardage out of his returns.
I was surprised that wasn't called there. It looked like a big block in the back on Dell Jackson, which, he was there. And, no harm, no foul. It's only about a 5-yard return. But, the forward's in great field position after that punt.
Our buddy Brendan Olimpo just came into the booth telling us just 96 yards of total offense for the Haverford School. And Brosco, 21 carries for 72 yards. That's good for 3.4 yards per carry. LaSalle's kind of figured him out.
It's also good for 3/4 of Haverford School's total yards, 72 on 96. Didn't get much there, though. 74 yards of a total of 98.
Geometry, arithmetic, Bob, you do it all.
We got it. Second down and 8. 5 minutes and 3 seconds ticking here in the third quarter. And guys, game going exactly according to script for Brian Martin and the coaching staff for the Haverford School. A chess match, flipping field position, couple of first downs, maybe punt it away, make LaSalle go the length of the field. Brosco gets to the second round of contact. He continues to churn. He got about 4. It'll be third down, and we'll call it 3. And in that prime 4-down territory type situation, if they don't get it here on third down, Danny.
Yeah, I think that for Haverford, just really looking for this this conversion, and honestly, all you have to do is keep it simple here. What LaSalle's weaknesses are, especially on the running side of the ball. So it'll be interesting to see how do they utilize a player like Brosco on this play.
Third down and 3, under 4 minutes to go. The motion man is Knox. It's Brosco again. First contact, peeling forward. He got 2, needed 3. Fourth down and 1, and I don't think there's any shred of a doubt the offense will stay on the field. It's fourth down and 1.
This is a defining play for this LaSalle defense here.
So Haverford just subbed. If I'm LaSalle, I might think about trying to put Big Mike Carroll back into the game because you can kind of anticipate a sneak or a dive here from Haverford. But they'll stick with their personnel.
They did sneak on 4th and 1 earlier, but they go to the pistol set. Boy, lining up that tailback deep here for a 4th and 1. They'll go right to him. Brosco looks to have the first down. Got 1.5 yards. And the point is forward. The sticks now move. 1st and 10 for Haverford School. And in addition to that first down, it's another 40 seconds. It's another 3 plays on the ground. And it's another 2+ minutes of time that's going to go off this clock if they can go according to plan.
Yeah, chipping away at this defense, you got to imagine they're starting to get gas at this point in the game. They've been on the field way longer than LaSalle's offense has been out there. So
yeah, Tyler, this might be horrible to say, but you feel like that Sam Ross potential fumble recovery could have been, the opportunity to get back into this game because you don't know if there's a touchdown for this offense.
Gain of 3 for Haverford. And maybe this isn't the right word for it, but they're happy to play deliberate football. Not a ton of creativity on the offensive side. Our bigs against your bigs on the line, and in that front 7. Brosco, his ability to break a few tackles and chipping away at that all-important clock on the big scoreboard here at Cardinal Stadium. 1:53 and ticking here in the third quarter. There's just not that many possessions left in this football game. Brosco. He got about 2 or 3, got to the outside. It's 3rd down and 3, maybe 4.
That's all he needs to keep doing, though. 3-4 yards a gain. He's going to get a first down in this four down territory.
Yeah, and Tyler, just like you kind of alluded to there, if he gets 2 yards here, I mean, there's no question they're just going to keep this offense back out on the field because there's no secrecy. There's no they're not trying to hide anything. They're just going to give the ball to Brosco. I mean,
yeah.
Of note, Ivan Harmalov will also kick the field goals here tonight. This would be a deep one. This would be 44 yards. 3rd down. Hand it off. It's a new back out there. He got really, really close. Looks to be number 48, Jaden Rivera, a freshman running back.
Well, from our viewpoint, that's an extremely tough call to make.
They've already had one potential game-defining defensive stop here on 4th down. Unable to stop them.
Look at this. Empty set, so he's going to go up there, and I'll call the play. He's going to sneak it. There he goes. On the second effort, he's got it. Gavin Wright, a heady play, keeps his wits about him, recognize there's nowhere to go. I'll just go off tackle. There's nobody there.
I tell you what, I love that play call. The only thing, though, once you see that it's a sneak play, now obviously you have to guard your receivers and all, but once you started that sneak play, it seemed like some of the defensive backs on that far side didn't come in and try to set that edge and allowed it to happen. Just a tough play.
And that will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. So another clock-ticking, deliberate drive from Haverford, and they are inside the LaSalle red zone as we head to the 4th quarter. This portion of today's game brought to you by Next Play Basketball. Ryan Ansel and Matt Paul run a great program with personal instruction as well as AAU basketball teams that they sponsor and coach. They'll take you all over the circuit. They'll help you understand how to get better, and they'll put you in a position to play team basketball with that next play mentality. That means that whatever happens on that particular play, you flush it and you move on to the next play. Great attitude to run through basketball with and go through life with. Reach out to Ryan Ansel, Matt Paul. Visit their website, visit their Facebook page or their Instagram. So much great content. We appreciate their sponsorship of Bob Long Sports. Also want to tell you about Rams Pint House. Rams Pint House is in Percy, Pennsylvania, run by the Wade family, and they are the only, that's right, I said the only, rooftop bar in all of Bucks County, which I must tell you, I was surprised to learn. So if you want to get a beautiful night in this beautiful weather here in September and overlook beautiful Percy, head on down to Rams Pint House. Tell them that Bob Long Sports sent you, and we appreciate their sponsorship. Great food, great drink specials, and the best atmosphere in Bucks County to have a great meal. That's the Rams Pint House in downtown Percy.
You talk about great atmosphere. Christian, you kind of had it on the camera. This Haverford student section, so about half of them now shirtless, but they're having a good time over there on the far side. The louder of the two sides, undoubtedly.
We'll filter that out, folks. Don't worry.
Now they take the shot. They have a man. Touchdown. That is a touchdown. The ball came loose. We'll get another look at it. It looked to me like he completed the process of the catch, but then again, what is a catch anymore? He's in the end zone. It's tough with these lines, but that's about a yard in, and then the ball came loose. You know, I tell you what, maybe that's actually a tough call as we see it on the replay.
Yeah, in real time, that looked like a no-brainer touchdown. Looked like he made a couple steps in the end zone, but
that's almost like that Zach Ertz play in the Super Bowl where he becomes a runner.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So he becomes a runner, then crosses the plane, so he's not in the process of the catch. I don't know. I think the LaSalle faithful may disagree vehemently on that one, but the call on the field is a caught touchdown. It's a great throw from Gavin Wright to Derek Knox, and it's a 14-0 football game 8 seconds into the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and even better than the execution was the play call. I mean, we've been saying it up here. Like, you can anticipate a running play, you can anticipate a running play, you can anticipate a running play. Well, LaSalle was anticipating a running play, and they kind of fell asleep on Gavin Wright's passing ability, and they run a pretty darn simple slant right across the middle for a relatively easy touchdown.
The way this Ford's offense is able to run out the clock, you got to imagine that this is a scoring drive for the Explorers if they have any hope to stay in this game.
And you really hope that Stevie Davis somehow gets the ball in his hands here. And he's moving because they've kicked it to James Dolan's side every time. So Davis just moved sides, hoping it would go to him.
Instead, it goes to Dolan, and he runs right into that special teams unit, well covered by Haverford, and it's at the 22-yard line where LaSalle will need to get out there offensively, needing 2 scores with under 12 minutes to go.
Yeah, if I'm LaSalle, especially on this one, you need to run your offense as efficient as possible. Obviously, it's a tall order in this game right now, but you have to make the plays down the field where it counts and do them quick. I know it sounds so simple here to say up in the booth, and I know it's definitely easier said than done, but that is the absolute priority for the Explorers right now.
Three down linemen for Haverford. Sidwar drops back. He's got time, dumps it out for Davis. But nobody out there blocking for him, doesn't even get back to the initial line of scrimmage.
It's, multiple times tonight where it seems like the Explorers, on that play design should have some blockers out there, or at least some Explorers gold helmets out there. But, Stevie Davis kind of left on an island on that route and, tackle for loss there. Too many negative plays today, negative yardage.
2nd down and 12. Sidwar, he's got time, and he will take off with it. Takes the slide, and he got more than half back. That's a nice job by the freshman there. One of the first times in his career we've seen him take off and run with it. Looks good.
Yeah, and honestly, that's not the first time that he's had open field in front of him, and I'm glad that he, decided to run with it.
Yeah, and Tyler, as a competitor, you kind of know that when you're down in the 4th quarter, there's kind of a different gear in you that kind of takes over. So when Sidwar usually might stop at the line of scrimmage and look for a runner there, or look for a receiver there, he decided to take it himself. I like that competitive nature from Sidwar.
Sidwar over the middle. Henry, 1st down.
Yeah, fantastic gain right there by LaSalle. Love to see that. And love to see LaSalle moving the chains a little bit quickly now.
And a little bit of tempo, too. You don't see Sidwar going over to Coach Abrams anymore. I like to see that. The other thing, Noel Henry, 9 receptions last game, or in the first game of the year. You hope to rekindle that connection between the two of them.
Sidwar to the sideline. Oh, that's a great open field tackle. Gain of 2.
I'm going to say this Ford's defensive front looks gassed right now. They're putting no pressure. Stay in the pocket there. There's no pressure. Obviously, it's a designed run to the outside. I get that, but
and keep with this up-tempo offense. I love
great.
it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, only really 3 now up front for the Fords.
Sidwar, wide open, Dolan. Foot race, pulled down at the 6.
Just a little underthrown, but, you can't complain too much on that. Explorers have been able to move the ball. You can expect them to get 6 yards for a touchdown here.
And you keep going tempo, right? Now you just made this Haverford defensive line run down the field, 30, 35 yards.
And force them to call timeout.
Yeah, this is just this is what you wanted to see from this LaSalle offense. This is encouraging.
Will is amped up. If this LaSalle team is a fraction as amped as Will is, I see a touchdown in their very near future.
A timeout on the field. We'll tell you about our friends Jim McLaughlin, Carrie Garen Boyle at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox & Roach Realtors. Our favorite realtors within the LaSalle community and beyond, by the way. If you're a high school football fan at all, you appreciate what they're doing. They're the folks supporting those that they support high school athletics. So we want the folks out there to support those that are supporting high school athletes like Jim McLaughlin and Carrie Garen Boyle are. So if you're looking to buy or sell your home, give them a call. The numbers are on the screen below. Couldn't thank them enough for their continued support of us throughout the years, taking us from an audio-only broadcast to what you see here today. 6 folks in the booth, replays and on some tremendous commentators, if I may say so myself. Thanks to them for their support of Bob Long Sports and LaSalle Athletics.
Could be the name of the podcast, 6 Folks in a Booth.
I like that.
Gavin Damon into the game here. More of a running quarterback, a Ryan Moore option perhaps.
And there it is, Damon inside the 5. He got about 2, maybe 3, to the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Will, you gave us an inside scoop on this earlier, didn't you? Didn't you speak with Gavin and you heard that he might be out there in the Wildcat?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a couple classes with Gavin. I asked him, do you think he'll get some snaps today? And he said not as a backup quarterback, but more as a Ryan Moore type option.
Now a deep pistol look here. They fake the give for Stevie Davis. Caught. Touchdown, LaSalle.
That almost looked like Patrick Mahomes' sidearm from last night. Just a nice, I couldn't tell if it was a sidearm throw, but it looked like just an effortless little dump off there for a nice touchdown.
Gavin Muller.
Yeah, 2 plays, 3 Gavins involved. Gavin Damon, the sneak to kind of get halfway there, then Gavin Sidwar to Gavin Muller. I like it.
Makes it easy as a commentator.
Go Gavin.
Andrew Park on to attempt the extra point. There's a spark at Upper Dublin. LaSalle has cut it back to a 1-possession football game. Okay, now, Danny, this is a team that knows they can go down and score the football. The blueprint is there. Does that engage the defense? Does that fire them up? Can they go get a stop here?
Yeah, well, the tell of the tale today has been none other than Matthew Brosco. And also you can even, add in a guy like Derek Knox on, in that X Factor list for Haverford. So this possession obviously is huge for LaSalle. As Tyler's been saying this entire game, pile up in that box. Listen, stop the inside run when it's there because Haverford, they still have the lead. They still have 7 points up on the Explorers. All they're looking to do is bring down the ball in a methodical manner and get it into the end zone, taking off as much time on the clock as possible. So for LaSalle, you need the stop, and the stop for this drive.
I think it's important to note, besides halftime, that was probably the longest break that the Explorers defense has had as well.
Even though they went tempo.
Even though they went tempo. It wasn't meant to be a slight. It was more of a, they might be able to stop the run a little better after a little bit of rest time.
Yep, and I'm not really qualified as a defensive coordinator, but if I'm my DBs, I kind of want to cover the inside of the field, make them throw across you. You don't want to slant like that last touchdown.
Derek Knox has been good in special teams today. He's got a lot of blocking. Don't see any flags. It'll be great starting field position for Haverford.
And I will say that's been a bit disappointing this year, seeing this Explorer special teams. In the past we've seen some pretty big special teams plays, whether it being, tackle coverage or, returns for huge gains or touchdowns. It's been a little disappointing. I'd like to see them shore that up over the bye week.
1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. 9 minutes and 18 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter.
We've noted that there's not a huge student contingency here in attendance, but it would be nice to get a little noise from this crowd. The energy's back on the field, certainly. You hope the same is in the crowd.
Yeah, anything to give the Explorers the momentum on the defensive side of the ball.
And a good stop there. Brendan O'Connor made the stop.
And he may have hurt his right shoulder there a little bit. Looks like he's going to stay in the game or try to stay in the game. But just the way that he was holding his shoulder there, you hope it's nothing serious.
Yeah, sometimes you just take a bit of a stinger. So, he's still out there. He made a nice tackle there for a very short gain. So he's obviously needed out there to continue this defensive streak we've been seeing, other than last series.
2nd down and 9. 8:44 and ticking here in the 4th quarter. Knox in motion. That's a pass on the jet sweep. Good defense by the Explorers. Filippo in there on the stop, the signal caller at middle linebacker.
That was a heck of a job by Matt Wills setting the edge and forcing that ball to go up the field right where all his teammates are. Great job by Wills there.
3rd down and 6. 8:13 to go in the 4th quarter.
I tell you what, the pace from Haverford is deliberate. I mean, they still have their quarterback going over and getting the signal every play. 8 seconds left on the play clock here, and they're still figuring things out. They're content taking up as much time as they can.
It's an inside zone, and Brasco gets to the second level. Stays in bounds. Big hit there by Lange. And Brasco, again, a back-breaking run.
Yeah, and that's as good as a play call as you're going to see. I mean, the misdirection to the far side and then the give to Brasco. The hole was there. Great job all around. The execution, the play call. That was a good play by Haverford.
Yeah, number 44, Mason Lang on the Explorers was there, if I pronounced that right. But unfortunately, a pulling guard looks like made that block. Great block for a very small hole, but, Brasco making the most of that.
Yeah, and Brendan Olimpo just let us know that was his 29th carry for 111 yards.
Brasco again. And a good stop there defensively by LaSalle. Again, it's Mike Filippo. Number
49 on the Explorers, Mike Filippo, losing his shoe on that play.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's going to have to come off. He's made some big-time plays. If I'm Haverford, I'm running this right up the gut because Filippo is a big body there to kind of get in the way. It's number 30 coming into the game as his replacement. It's Kevin Schmidt. Schmidt doesn't see a whole lot of time, a junior linebacker.
I know we briefly mentioned this, but the kicker, Ivan Harmalov, he missed 3 field goals in the first game against Monsignor Bonner. That was on a turf field. Then they went to Academy Park, a grass field, as Wright takes off up the middle, hit hard. He's got about 3 yards to go. It'll be 3rd down and 3. So then they go to Academy Park after missing those 3 field goals in the first game at Bonner. Off the grass, we'll call it grass / not pristine kicking conditions. He made 4 of 5 field goals in that game. 2 of them were from 40-plus yards. So again, in a 1-possession game, now 5:56 to play in the fourth quarter. 1 field goal could put this one nearly out of reach.
Yep, Filippo back into the game. 3rd and manageable. You got to think they'll stack the box here.
Now 4 on the play clock. 3rd and 3. Stopped short, not by much. They got 2 yards. It'll be 4th down and 1. 5:28 and ticking. And 35 left on the play clock. They'll snap it again with less than 5, unless they see something they like in a sneak-type situation.
Yeah, and Bob, you don't see this. You don't see it a whole lot, and it doesn't look like the Explorers are gonna do it. But if they could put in, a type of jumbo set, that's where you miss Daryl Dengoe. That's when you miss TJ Ballet. It's not a huge front for the Explorers by any stretch of the imagination. A pistol look for Haverford, though.
They do have someone right on top of the football. Pistol set. And it looks like he might have enough. Again, it was Brasco. A second effort pushed him past the line to gain.
I could be wrong, but I believe that's the Ford's 3rd 4th down conversion there. That's 3 in a row.
Guys, it looks clear from here. The ball is spotted inside the 27-yard line, and it was a late call, but you heard the big cheer. That's because they signaled 1st down. I'm surprised it took them as long as it did.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a closer call than most would think there. Tough call to make, given all the circumstances of this game.
4:40 to go.
And, Bob, now the question is, when do you start to use your timeouts?
I think it has to be right here.
Yeah.
I mean, any closer, they're thinking about kicking a field goal at that point. They're going to keep it on the ground. Why not burn them at this point? Brasco! He has another 1st down, a gain of 14 yards. Inside the 15, 4:15 to go.
And he's just spinning off tacklers again. It's these arm tackles from the Explorers that just they don't wrap them up.
Yeah, but this grown man version of football that this Haverford team is playing, they're playing a hard-nosed football. It really wears the defense down, and you can see these missed tackles, and Brasco just seemingly not affected by the amount of touches he's got today. That could be 35 touches. 32 touches.
Yeah, 32 touches, 4.3 yards per carry, well over 120 yards on the day for Brasco. A bell cow, if you will.
Bell cow. Tyler?
Cowbell. Ding, ding. But as far...
He's laughing at himself, folks. I'm laughing too, just on the inside.
You kept trying to make bell cow happen, and it finally happened, I think, Bob.
I think so.
So, I mean, order Brasco an ice bath when he's done after this. He's going to be sore tomorrow morning.
This would be a huge win for this Haverford program. I mean, they'd be 3-0, and this is a program that they've wanted to get for a long time. They've had some high-scoring efforts against LaSalle, but LaSalle just put up 40 in the past. This is the polar opposite of that. So after the timeout, the clock is stopped at 4:08. Handoff up the gut. LaSalle there for the stop. And that was not Brasco. That was number 48, Jaden Rivera. We've seen him just a few times.
Yeah,
the freshman running back.
And I believe the Haverford Schools in the same division as Malvern Prep, which also looked to be a very stout team this year. Could give Malvern Prep a run for their money.
Yeah, another game going on tonight. Very interested to see. I may even try to pull it up, or if somebody has it in the YouTube comments. Imhotep against Malvern Prep. I was
wow, that's a great
very
matchup.
interested to see that. Two teams playing great.
Also,
the other one, Roman Catholic, taking on your guys from Upper Perk.
Oh, Perk
Danny.
Valley.
Beg your pardon, Perk
That's
Valley.
all good. No, that should be a great game, though. Two fantastic sides right there, both on both ends of the ball.
So 29 minutes ago, courtesy of Philly Sports Digest, thank you. At the half, Imhotep 6, Malvern Prep 3. That's exactly the type of game you think that's going to be. Two stellar defenses, pretty good playmakers offensively as well.
Bob, can I be straight with you? I'm a little beside myself right now. We did not do Where You At tonight.
Okay.
I know there's only 4 minutes left in this game.
Tyler, do it.
Folks at home where you're watching, tell us where you at in the YouTube comments. I'm not as good as Rob Stott, but, we'll try to squeeze you in this last 4 minutes of the game.
Who among us is as good as Rob Stott? Brasco to the end zone.
Brasco might be.
Brasco has a tremendous night going, and that one, a big-time run. It's a two-score game with 3:54 left.
Honestly, it's almost better they scored at this point. Get the ball back, and if you can get down the field, you're controlling your own destiny now. Get the onside kick. It's it's a long shot, but it's almost better than running down this clock and being left with the ball with like 2 minutes to go.
One thing it's so obvious to say, but Brasco just continually proving himself to be the X factor for this Haverford team. He's put on a show for all of us in attendance tonight, just from the very start of the game.
And
extremely impressed.
And again, that pulling guard, right? That inside zone running attack, it is very difficult to scheme against. And they've run it to perfection, play after play after play. This portion of today's game brought to you by E&M Insurance in North Wales. Want to thank Chris Marr for his sponsorship of Bob Long Sports. He's been with us for many years now, helping us to make improvements on the broadcasting side and supporting the young athletes here at LaSalle College High School. If you have a home or a car, of course you do, go ahead and talk to Chris, or Renters Insurance. That's the other possibility. Talk to Chris, and he can help you with your rates, get you the best policies, and give you the best service. That's E&M Insurance in North Wales. Stevie Davis, if there's ever a time to make something happen, but out comes the flag. And LaSalle will be backed up again with poor field position.
Special teams it's been tough. They haven't given themselves good field position all night. And on the flip side of things, they've been giving the Haverford forwards great field position. It's just another thing against you.
And Tyler, you think about the guys that have made big special teams plays over the years. You have Sean McFadden, a couple of block kicks. Matt Mitchell, a couple of block kicks. Both of those guys are hurt. Stevie Davis not getting a whole lot of touches in the return game. Then you have guys like Ryan Moore and Santiago Sterla, who've both graduated. So it's definitely a new look for this LaSalle special teams, and it's not up to where we were last year, if you will.
Margaret O'Connor checks in, says, watching Brendan O'Connor from Syracuse, New York, home of the Orange. And Dill Gambino checks in. He says, go Forts. Want to welcome all of our Haverford School fans here tonight. And certainly congratulations to your team to this point on playing a heck of a football game, controlling tempo. LaSalle now with 3:45 to go, looking for a score quickly and to try to get the ball back. Not a great snap. Thrown to the outside. Incomplete.
And LaSalle's quarterback there hurt, looks like. He got rolled up on at the last second. He's hopping around. Looks like he's walking okay now, though.
If that's his walking okay, that's not a good thing.
I didn't have a great angle.
He looks hobbled.
Yeah, just the pocket collapsed. Unfortunately, that fumble seemed to, obviously affect his processing time for getting that ball down the field.
Shotgun snap. Sidwar over the middle. There's nobody there. Closest to the play was number 22, Zach Powell, for the Haverford School. Another look. Might have been looking for Noel Henry, but clearly some miscommunication there.
This is important, though, getting Sidwar some reps coming back from a deficit. Obviously, the game is almost out of reach, but not quite yet. You'd like to see him taking some shots here. Not from the defense, though.
Sidwar rolls, fires. Good catch at the sticks and just a bit past it, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Incomplete, the call on the sideline. Good view from that official.
Yeah, Sidwar just been a little inaccurate tonight. A lot of high throws, a lot of low throws. It's what you expect from a freshman quarterback. He's still getting his sea legs, so to say, but
yeah.
No choice here. The offense stays out there on the field. Sidwar a bit gimpy. 4 receivers, 3:28 to go. It's 4th and 10. Sidwar has to avoid pressure. He'll fire it. It's caught right to that line. He got it. First down, LaSalle.
Let's move.
That's a heck of a play from Sidwar. He has pressure in his face. Great penetration by the Fords there, putting pressure on him, but.
And the kid's playing on one leg.
3:11 to go. Clock ticking.
Oh boy.
And movement. Yeah. Multiple receivers. Even Sidwar wanted the football. He started moving.
Yeah, just a miscommunication there between the lineman and Sidwar, and as the clock keeps ticking, just about exactly 3 minutes to go in this game, you got to think a score has got to come soon, and then a successful onside kick for there to be any type of a chance for this Explorers offense.
2:50 to go. Sidwar throws the screen for Stevie Davis, well diagnosed by Haverford. Out of bounds at 2:43, so the clock does stop. But it's a nice play by number 28, Michael Dean, the senior linebacker. That was a gain of 2 after the 5-yard loss on the false start, so 2nd and 13. Sidwar sends it deep into double coverage, right on the sideline. That's a heck of a throw, but it's incomplete.
That was a heck of a diving catch as well. Unfortunately, not able to get that 1 foot required inbounds.
Yeah, is that what it was? Because he did come up with the football. Again, it's tough to tell from this side of the field. Not going to claim my angle was better than that of the official on that side of the field.
Yeah, certainly another tough call to make right there, right to the sideline.
That was a heck of a throw by Sidwar and a heck of a catch.
Yeah, it looked overthrown at first, and then it looked perfectly placed.
Sidwar finds his man.
Get out, Noel.
Noel Henry stays along the sideline. Not only just inbounds or out of bounds, but got a couple of extra yards. It will be 4th down. Oh, why are they moving the sticks? No, I don't think that's right. Yeah, shimmy him on back there, why don't you? I think it's 4th down and about 3 yards. I don't think it was that close.
You're absolutely right. And there's going to be whistles here to just kind of figure this out.
Sal will take for whatever they can get. But
yeah, go ahead,
yeah,
moving forward, no problem. They're saying, John Steinmetz, get him out there. Yeah,
it's in no detriment to the Explorers at all.
All right, now we're ready for action. So Noel Henry did get out of bounds, but it is 4th down and 3. They need the 30-yard line for the first. Sidwar gets out of the pocket right away, throws it deep. It's a prayer, and it's out of bounds. The Haverford School gets the stop, and they're well on their way to winning this football game here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the game, a few things stick out to me that I guess strip sack or strip tackle, as you call it, from Sam Ross would have been great to return for a touchdown. Would have made this a different game. Instead, on that same drive, the Fords were able to score. So, the Explorers needed some lucky breaks tonight, and they didn't really get many of them.
This portion of today's game brought to you by CJO Design and Construction. Want to thank Chad Ormond for his sponsorship of Bob Long Sports and LaSalle Athletics this year. If you are looking for a great new patio project, maybe you want to clean out some of that brush at your house or clean up those flower beds, Chad Ormond can do any project, big or small. He can make it happen for you. We appreciate his sponsorship of us. Pay it forward. Support those that are supporting high school athletics. Chad Ormond and CJO Design and Construction. They certainly fall into that category, and we appreciate them very much. 2nd down and 8. Under 2 minutes to go.
It's never fun being on the other side of that hey, hey, goodbye.
You guys know the story on that, by the way?
No.
It was a very famous song that, I'll say maybe didn't get its proper due or kind of fell off the market at one point as he just continues. Brosco, what a day, got to the line, and that'll do it. And so it kind of fell off the charts, and all of a sudden, the organist at Comiskey Park, the Chicago White Sox, this tremendously talented woman, started playing that, dun, 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 hey, 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 right? And so folks started singing it at the White Sox games about home runs that were hit. Hey, the ball's out of there. Hey, hey, goodbye. And then when the opposing manager came to remove a starting pitcher, she'd start playing it, and that really got people riled up. Gay, hey, hey, goodbye. Right? And so then it become just a cult. Why are you laughing at me, Tyler?
Oh, it's just so disrespectful. I love it.
And so then it became what it is today, which is sung in every stadium and arena anywhere. So there it was. It comes from the Chicago White Sox, Comiskey Park, and the old organist. They continue to move the chains. 40 seconds left.
Speaking of moving the chains, Haverford, the grand total of 200 yards in this game, still that's more than enough to put LaSalle out of this one.
Yeah.
One more sponsor to thank, the Sperring Law Firm. If your business is fighting over a contract or owed money, you'll quickly realize the legal system is confusing and stressful. Sperring Law Firm has years of experience aggressively helping businesses and business owners navigate the legal system so they can focus on what they want most, living their lives and running their businesses. Call Sperring Law Firm today for your free consultation at 484-250-9058 or their website, sperringlegal.com. That's the last play of the football game, and the Haverford School, a 2-touchdown victory over LaSalle. They improved to 3-0 on the year. LaSalle drops to 1-3, heading to the bye. We're off for a week, and then the next time LaSalle will be on the field will be October the 1st against Calvert Hall.
Yeah, a tough one today. Kudos to the Haverford Fords coming out strong. I'd say it was a tale of two halves, and Haverford won them both. They won the point differential in the first half, and they certainly won the yardage differential across this game. Kudos to Sidwar for being able to sling the ball out there and clearly playing hurt on that last drive. Got a big bye week here. Like I was saying earlier, it's a time to kind of figure your stuff out, fix your mistakes, improve where you can, and get ready for the conference.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Tyler. Just to give the credit, obviously, where it's due, of course, is with Matthew Brosco. This year, LaSalle has seen some phenomenal players, but we've never, so far in the season, seen a player really just take control of the game like Brosco did right there. He was the X factor. He was the difference maker in this game, and LaSalle had a hard time finding an answer to that. So, yes, for LaSalle, going into this bye week, just looking to reset yourself as a program as you face a very good Calvert Hall team coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you go back and you watch the film, you see what works. I mean, the hurry-up offense didn't look bad at all. It seemed like we could finally move the ball down the field a bit. So there are some positives, even though, it goes down as a loss. You got to take some positives at this point in the season. And you hope that they just, kind of go to the film study and do just that.
A tough one, any way you slice it here for LaSalle. 21-7. They lose this one to the Haverford School. Good for the Haverford School. They got a good program, 3-0 on the year. Brian Martin, in his third year with the program, has things going in a really good direction. A couple of D1 guys, and we talked about them over the course of the broadcast. They're going to be a tough out in the Interact. We see Malvern Prep playing Imhotep tonight. They're a great program. Haverford School is going to make that game very difficult. And on the LaSalle side, questions are going to be asked here, but they have an opportunity to come back from a bye, go down to Baltimore, flush this one, and get back on the winning track. The Catholic League schedule has not yet started. It is still all in front of them. Chance to get guys healthy like Daryl Dengoy, TJ Belay. Kelby Hampton did not play today. And you mentioned some of the others there. Sean McFadden did not play either. But for tonight, it's a night for the Haverford Fords. 21-7, a well-earned victory by the team out of the Interact. I want to thank Brian Martin for his time on the phone here this week, preparing me for his team. Gave me a lot of good insight and allowed us to call the game as we did here tonight. My broadcast team, Will Ryan and Danny Rovey, two student broadcasters from LaSalle. Great job as always, guys. Good to have you alongside.
Thank you, Bob.
Tyler Kern, the bell cow, back with us here tonight. Great job as always.
Thank you, sir.
And Christian Iannarone on camera. Great to have you back. Brendan Olippo on stats. And these are the guys that make it run. I'm just here with the wheel in hand. They make my job easy. I'm Bob Long, saying so long from Upper Dublin. A couple weeks off here for us. And we'll be back soon with more LaSalle football on Bob Long Sports. Everyone have a wonderful and safe weekend. We'll see you soon.